there's several factors that go into when you start bugling. The type of the year, the bugles that you have, post rut, all this other stuff. Basically, I'm going to go to just the bugling I do. Work my way up from like September to the end of September, beginning of October, whatnot. Throw everything in there. The call I use is the Primo's Terminator. It has a big flare to it. Sometimes it just has a high pitch that sometimes I like it. Sometimes I want to like chuck it out my truck. Has the blue reed. I normally use the Primo mouth reed, the blue one. Don't ask me what it's called, the Plate or whatever it is. But right now I'm using the red one, the Primo's red one. And I'll have that in so I can be versatile while I'm calling. So I can do both calls. I can do cow calls, I can do spike calls, I can do my grunts at the end of the tube. I can really mix it up with everything else I do. So these will all intertwine with each other while I'm calling, depending on what I'm doing. I have different types of cow calls. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. They have blood and shit in them, but this one is a Carlton's one. I kind of like this one because it does a different chirp to it. But the one that really gets them going is the Primos, and it's kind of an outdated one, the horny cow call, but you can do the stress, and then you can also do the lost cow calls. You can do all kinds of manipulations with this call. And this is the one, you could throw everything else away, and this is the one you could totally be successful with. As long as you know how to use this call, you could have probably about 4 to 5 different calling of your repertoire, I mean. Then in your pocket, you'll always have your push call. So this is when you're doing calls, you can have this actually in your pocket, and you're just squishing it as you're calling. So normally when you're doing something, when you're coming up to call, like we're coming into an area that we're trying to locate, you'll just do your simple cow call. When you're doing your cow call, you want to have higher pitches to lower pitches, or lower pitches to extremely higher pitches. So what it will sound like, you'll get those really high pitches in there, and that's what makes the bull like start seizing up and be like wanting to come in. But when you're calling, and if they don't see a cow or any other elk in the area, that's when they hang up. So when you're calling, and you want to make sure that you're presenting yourself like your call, the cow or the bull is further away. So as they get in that 40-yard, right in that 40-yard range, and they hang up, and they will not move, and they are patient. So they can wait up to 5 to 10 minutes and just sitting there even more and waiting, and you'll be calling, but they don't see nothing, and they won't come in, and they'll just turn around and walk off. So normally, I've been having difficulties with my Terminator, so I'll give it a whirl. I always start out with your locating call. Alright. I'm going to switch over to my mouth reed. Then you'll follow up with your horny cow calls. Then you can reach in and grab your other call as you're doing the same thing.